Hello. Welcome to OK Zoomer, Zoom interviews with creative engineers and more. I'm your host, Aaron Lichtig, Xometry guy and former Jeopardy champion. And today I'm here with Evan Weinstein. Now, Evan is a recent graduate of the University of Pennsylvania, where he majored in mechanical engineering. But he is most famous for launching Cocoa Press, which is one of the world's first chocolate 3D chocolate printers. He's currently living in the Philadelphia area, and he's spending a lot of his time now working on Project Shields, which is a project to make shields for frontline workers in the fight against COVID. And he and his team made over 25,000 shields that have been given to those workers. So, Evan, first of all, thank you for your work on that project. I think that's fantastic. But I'd love for you to talk a little more about your work on Cocoa Press. It's such an interesting project and one that you did work with Xometry on a bit. So I think our audience would love to hear some more about it.
Yeah, thank you so much. So Cocoa Press is shaping the future of chocolate by using 3D printing technologies to allow for more personalized shapes, geometries, and interesting mouthfeels as well. So I started working on Cocoa Press full time just under a year ago after graduating from Penn, where it was my senior design capstone project. And since then, we have just been continuing to work on prototyping and are hoping to launch and start selling printers by the end of the year.
That's great. So what got you interested in engineering in the first place, and how did that interest eventually lead you to building Cocoa Press?
I guess my interest in engineering started when I was pretty young. I always liked building things. When I was little, I actually went to London and I was on the London Eye and I started taking some photos. I was probably, I don't know, 10 or 12. And I recently looked back at those photos and found out that most of my photos were not of the amazing view, but they were of the mechanical systems of the London Eye, which I think is hilarious. So really, I should have seen all along that I was going to become an engineer. But yeah, I just liked building things. And once I found out about robotics and, mechatronic systems and how you could just all the different opportunities when you combine mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and computer science.
Even at an early age, that's where your interest had already peaked at that point.
Yes.
Peaked at that point, I should say. All right.
Yeah.
So as you look at kind of where mechanical engineering is headed in general, what do you think are some of the big trends that are impacting the space?
Well, I think mechanical engineering as a whole is a really broad category. I'm more focused on like the 3D printing aspects of it. And I think 3D printers are going to continue to become lower costs and more versatile and have just less maintenance and setup time. So they're just work out of the box. And I think that they'll continue to expand to use different types of materials, including food materials, including different types of thermoplastics, resins, flexible materials. And I'm just very excited about what applications that technology will unlock once that type of equipment comes out and is widely available.
That's great. Now, Cocoa Press is a pretty cool project, but wanted to ask you about what is the coolest project you have seen someone else do recently in 3D printing or in engineering in general?
I really like engineering YouTube videos, and I have to say Mark Rober is one of my favorite YouTubers.
What does he do?
He makes crazy stuff. I think one of his most well-known video is of a glitter bomb, so that package thieves might, if they steal their package, they'll get, glitter all over their house instead of the headphones or something they might have stolen. But his coolest video is of a dartboard that moves the entire board to where the dart is going to land so that you get a perfect bullseye every time. And I just thought that was one of the coolest engineering projects that I've seen in a long time.
Seems like it's cheating, no?
Potentially. And he even, I think, has two different types of darts, so that one type of dart, the board will move to the bullseye, and the other type of dart, it'll move away so that you always miss.
I see. Okay. So one final question for you. What piece of advice do you have for engineers who want to work on really interesting, cool projects like Cocoa Press?
I would say that there's so much information on the internet, and really just to Google, to break down your problem into smaller problems, and then just Google away at all of the smaller problems, because all inventions are reinventions in a way. And so if you have a large problem, you can find little bits from different industries that can help you out. And there are so many knowledgeable people on different specialized forums who are willing to help, different blog articles and other sources of information on the internet. So there's no way that I would have been able to make Cocoa Press without just dozens of people's help over the last 5 years.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you. This has been another episode of OK Zoomer with Evan Weinstein. Evan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Best of luck and best wishes on working on your COVID-related project. Thank you for doing that, something that the country and the world desperately needs.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Thank you, Evan.